write a book, seeing that, so many of your love stories particularly have translated into successful films as well, Two States, Half Girlfriend. Do you right now keeping in mind that, hey, this could turn eventually into a great film?
As long as I get to do really nice stories that are still relevant in 2025, that's what I want to do. If it becomes a movie, great. If it doesn't, I don't care. I don't need more money. I don't need more fame. It doesn't make me happy.
You've reached that. You've seen all that. So
seen it, and it was not as great as I made.
As amazing as
and
you thought?
I've seen very famous people depressed,
Why is
snorting
that?
drugs. In 2025, in the age of AI, video content, there's a man who is still writing stories in books and making a living and doing pretty okay. I think that's a good contribution to society. We need some people like that.
One of the premise really of the story is the differences between the couple, and one of those is of course the age difference as well.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to kind of focus on that? Did you see that happening a lot around you, that there are more couples where age is no longer an issue, where age is no longer a barrier?
They are confused.
Yeah.
This is really great. I love spending time with you. Our chemistry is great. In this case, in the book, they have a insane sex kind of connection, which is also part of love and romance.
Yeah.
And so but there is such a big age difference, such a big life experience difference. He's divorced, she's never had a boyfriend, and she's Jain, he's Punjabi. They're like, it's never gonna work. And that confusion, I felt, would make a great story.
Hello and welcome to Booked, an India Today special series where we give you a sense of what should be on your to-read list. And here joining me in the India Today Mediaplex, it's my honor to have Chetan Bhagat. And it's because of Chetan, I must admit, that I actually got into the habit of reading from a very young age over your books, Chetan. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
For
मैंने
joining
अपने
us
बहुत
here.
दोस्तों को बुरी आदतें दी हैं. आपको एक अच्छी आदत दे दी. Thank you so much.
No, I have to credit you for it. And one of the perks of my job is that I get to read books much before they're actually out. So I got to read your latest also, 12 Years, My Messed Up Love Story.
I heard you took it to Barcelona and came it back.
Yeah,
it's
so-
gone all over the world already.
Yeah, it was great because I could read it on the flight and rest of it back. A lot of people were staring at me wondering, how did she get this book already? It's not available. But My Messed Up Love Story, is it really your love story?
Well, it is a fictional story. It
Yeah.
is about Saket and Payal. But I think any story that really connects has to have a piece of the author in them. It will never work. A story like this, which is trying to make people emotionally involved in the story, they usually work when the author gives a piece of their own heart in the story.
Yeah.
Now, over time, like I've been writing for 20 years, you get experience to hide it. Or it's my job to hide it because it's fictionalized.
Yeah.
That you can't really say what is me and what is not. But definitely, certain aspects of the book definitely are resonating with my own life.
You're
So
not going
it
to
is-
tell us which parts though.
No, then you're asking the magician the
His
tricks.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, but like things like what is Saket? He used to work in a private equity. He became a stand-up comic. He quit his job. Similar kind of thing I have done in my life. So Mumbai, Bandra, Pali Hill. I live in Pali Hill. So there is more parallels, and don't ask me more now.
Okay, at least a few you've given us. So
Yeah.
I'll be happy and content with that. One of the premise really of the story is the differences between the couple, and one of those is of course the age difference as well.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to kind of focus on that? Did you see that happening a lot around you, that there are more couples where age is no longer an issue, where age is no longer a barrier?
So I've had a lot of people like my love stories, like Two States, Half Girlfriend.
Yeah, I loved Two States.
So I will always want to do more, but I was always worried that I'll end up repeating myself. Because ultimately love story has one format, boy meets girl, and then
Fall in
how
love.
So I waited a long time. This is love story after 10 years. When I spotted a trend in society which I felt has not been covered. So Two States came in 2009, long back. Movie 2014, that also 11 years.
Yeah.
Simple, boy loves girl, they love each other, different community, but parents are not convinced. Parents are not sure. If I write that now, it's not so resonating with today's world. What is resonating today? What is happening today? Situationships. That word wasn't there when
Yeah.
Two States was written. What is situationship? It's a confused relationship. Confusion hai. So I thought a more interesting story rather than parents ko convince karna is, what if the couple is not convinced?
They're confused.
They are confused.
Yeah.
This is really great. I love spending time with you. Our chemistry is great. In this case, in the book, they have a insane sex kind of connection, which is also part of love and romance.
Yeah.
And so but there is such a big age difference, such a big life experience difference. He's divorced. She's never had a boyfriend. And she's Jain. He's Punjabi. They're like, it's never going to work. And that confusion, I felt, would make a great story. Because where a lot of people will relate to the fact that what if we are not sure? How do you know someone is the one? That is the question the book tries to answer.
Yeah.
How do you know someone is the one? And I thought that will make a great story. So once I had that, then I decided to do this. And I felt the age difference naturally makes the relationship messed up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But sometimes the chemistry is just there. And what do you do?
But while you're speaking of a different aspect of a very traditional love story, it's also of opposites attract, right?
Sometimes
it comes down to that.
It could be to that. Supposing, like in this book, they have an amazing, insane sex life. And I know I'm talking about sex, and we don't normally talk about sex so openly. Is it lust? And is the sex life good because they are actually deeply in love? Because that can happen. Because the more in love you are, the better the sex.
Yeah.
Or they are in love because they think the sex is great. Because
so which is the consequence?
Which is the consequence?
Right.
The sex is great, so we are in love? Or we are in love, so the sex is great? I don't know. And these are things that never get discussed in our, at least Indian pop culture, in our movies, in our books, in our TV shows. They were never going deep into these aspects, these are part of everyone's life. Yeah. Everybody has had these confusing relationships where something is great, something is not great. And I wanted to bring that out, and hopefully people like it. Yeah.
The great thing about your books is it's very relatable, right? It kind of reflects what's happening in society. And I'm sure you've tried to do that with this as well. And that means relating to Gen Z.
Yeah.
Before this, of course, you were a man who always reached out to the millennials. Have you been able to make that transition now? Do you think the Gen Z also would be kind of relating to what you write?
So I want both the readers, right? In fact, if you notice, Saket is 30s. I have this reader who grew up reading Chetan Bhagat, like you said.
Correct.
I grew up reading Chetan Bhagat. They are a little bit older now, working. Oof. They'll relate to Saket. He's 33.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you are, but I'm just saying in that I have to pick one age. And Payal is 21. That's classic millennial. So I also am greedy that I want the Gen Z also to read Chetan Bhagat. So I try to make the protagonist such that they can root for someone, like someone is relatable to their age. So I try to do that. I mean, it's all about trying to be sensitive to people. I don't see it as younger or older. I think you have a very deep curiosity in human beings. Whenever I see a person, I try to figure out what do they want, what are they like, what were their toughest moments in life, what were their happiest moments, saddest moments. And then you figure out a person. And yeah, Gen Z has certain common traits. Like these situationships. Like stuff like when she's upset with Saket or she's overwhelmed, she just doesn't reply back. And Saket has no clue what's going on because he comes from a generation, he didn't even know this word ghosting. And there's ghosting going on in the book. So all these things are new. They were not there in my earlier books.
Yeah.
That should I text? Should I double text? And like, oh, she posted a story, but
she's
she
not
did not
replying.
It creates today's love stories are very different. I mean, this can change your mood.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a digital love story.
It's a digital,
everything's
mixed
online.
with real.
Yeah.
And also it's probably the first time, like, if you have a breakup with someone, but you can see when they got married. You can see their marriage photos. आप मेहंदी देख सकते हो अपनी ex-girlfriend की लगी है. You can see where she went for honeymoon.
Correct.
It's crazy. It's wild.
Yeah. There are no secrets,
There are no secrets, and then you're with this partner, and you're like, maybe I should have been with that person because they look like they're having a better life. How do you know someone is the one? So I think that is a very Gen Z kind of trait where this confusion has reached all-time high.
It's a lot of people say it's very hard to crack or understand Gen Z. Do you think so? That Some define them as confused, some define them as misunderstood, because very often they were deemed lazy right up until what happened in Nepal, for example.
I
Do you
don't
think
need-
they're misunderstood?
I think it's not, they are misunderstood. It's not hard if you are non-judgmental about it. If you're judgmental about it, you come from a judgmental way, कि ये कैसे लोग हैं, you'll never understand them.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, so
I constantly say Gen Z doesn't work as hard as we do.
maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe you're right also at a macro level, but there's a normal distribution. The ones that do work hard are creating big companies and changing
Yeah,
the world.
that's true. Yeah.
But in general, maybe, this is the first generation that is native to the internet. They grew up with it.
Yeah.
I still remember the pre-internet era, but these guys, they are
don't know
used
what
to
it's like.
communicating digitally.
Yeah.
So just send a chat. Why come face to face and fix a meeting? Let's meet for coffee. Are, I messaged. It's okay. It's not enough. It's like the junk food. It's like you're hungry, I'll just eat chips.
Yeah.
It fills you, but it's not satisfying. It's the same with real meetings versus this.
Interesting.
But they are used to this communication. They are used to conveniences. Booking a cab, seeing Google Maps.
Yeah. Everything at their
We had to
fingertips,
ask. Google Maps didn't exist.
Correct.
We had to ask यहाँ से left, वहाँ से right. भैया आपने गलत बता दिया. Like we had to interact.
Yeah.
So they are a certain way that they're very much shielded by this digital world, which is giving them a lot of comforts. And so the moment there is discomfort, the moment there is stress, the moment there is anxiety, it's difficult. You just went on an assignment to Barcelona for an interview, came back, and you had to read a book and landed, and you've literally come here.
Gen Z won't do that, by the way.
They'll be like,
I don't think
where is the work-life balance? and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But because
I
what
mean, I
is-
don't know, maybe it's a good thing.
it's not, because what is happening is you have certain stress tolerance. Your body is feeling the stress, your mind is feeling the stress, but you got to get on with it. These are
Yeah.
both important and assignments. You don't want to miss them and you want to do this. Because it's not like if they don't do it, they will regret it. They will feel the feeling that like a failure.
Correct.
They will feel that I gave up, I quit, I'm a quitter. And that's not good. This new trend I learned yesterday, bed rotting.
Oh, what
Yeah,
is
you
that?
just sit in the bed and watch content all day, reels,
Like a couch potato.
and nothing, kuch nahi karna hai. And they say it's form of self-healing, but it's not. It's passive, it's not active, you're not building yourself. So I think when you live in times of comfort, you don't have resilience. And you don't have resilience, you can't handle tough situations, stressful situations like overwork, bosses yelling at you.
Yeah.
And you need some resilience. I'm not saying it's okay for people to be overworked like you right now. I'm not saying that bosses
My
should yell.
bosses are listening to
But
this.
I'm saying if you have to face a tough situation, you should have the resilience to pull through it. I'm also tired.
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot of interviews. It's okay.
Steam ahead, yeah.
I have a book release. I mean, I'm very fortunate that I get these interviews. It's a blessing. Rather than saying, oh, I'm old now, I should rest and I want to bed rot. No. Yeah.
Bed rot sounds like a good idea right now for me. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Between the two characters,
Well, you do need rest. I'm not denying. I'm not
Yeah.
saying I'm not in that 90 hours a week school.
yeah,
But if need be, you should be able to have stress, pain tolerance in life.
I agree. It teaches you lessons also.
Yes. And they don't. And what that creates is massive anxiety. So that's why you have an anxiety crisis.
It's a cycle, essentially.
It's a cycle.
That's,
And then they do everything to avoid anxiety.
Yeah.
Which means just don't even try.
don't do anything.
Don't do anything.
Yeah. And that pushes you also, I think, to a brink where you feel that, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What is
leads
my
to
life
a-
about?
It's not like it's a better, peaceful way to be. They are not in nirvana.
Yeah, yeah.
They are having severe mental health issues because
No,
they
very
feel
true.
purposeless.
A lot more than
inadequate.
any of the other generations.
Yeah, so just go out there, work, move your body, use your mind.
Yeah.
As simple as that. Use it or lose it.
So when you were writing about and figuring out these characters in your mind, was it harder to figure out the mind of a Gen Z? Was that harder, more challenging than a Saki?
It's harder because the girl was 21 and I'm a 50. I mean, even though my character is 33, I'm a 51-year-old man writing about a 33-year-old divorced guy dating a 21-year-old
Yeah.
girl who's never had a boyfriend. If I don't do it right, like you're a girl, you read the book, you were fine with it. If I don't do it right, it'll come across as creepy, it'll come across as strange.
Correct. Yeah.
So her reactions, the first time he touches her, the first time they have anything physical, because she's never done anything like this, if it is not, if I do it from a very male gaze point of view,
It can be controversial.
it can be not very savory to many readers, like female readers. Fortunately, at HarperCollins, my publisher, I have 7 editors. Especially with my book, a thorough combing is done, all kinds of reviews are done. All women, all.
So they all gave the tick.
They didn't, yeah, I mean, I was myself, I mean, very sensitive. I rewrote those portions, deleted portions which were too explicit. There is still a fair amount of intimate content, if I can say, in the book, but it was done sensitively because it's an older guy, younger girl.
Yeah.
So that was very hard to create a young girl's reaction today to these things. That was difficult, yes. But that was the challenge for me. Can I execute it?
Yeah. But when you talk of intimate content, having to kind of scale back on it, and this is where I wonder whether Indian authors kind of have to hold themselves back because society isn't ready, apparently. I mean, imagine you were publishing the same book in any other country. Do you think you'd have had to hold back?
Maybe, but I'll tell you why I held back. One is, of course, length. I want the book to be, if the point is made that they have a great intimate life, I don't need to put an extra scene.
Yeah.
Even if that scene is really well written. Secondly, I'm a man. Men always love sex. So we will keep writing about it. And we don't realize, then it's too much,
Yeah.
Relax. Okay, we get it. They did it.
Right.
And like, you have to do less is more. That's the writing rule of sex scenes.
But is that just for India, is my question? Like, is it because of the Indian audience that you
maybe
kind of have to...
subconsciously I know that people will not like that it's every
that they're not
page is-
accepting of it.
I mean, some people will like it, but I don't want to. That's not what the book is about. It's at the end of the day, out of 400 pages, only 10 pages are like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So 98% of the book is not that. But maybe we have a different needle in our society of tolerance when it comes to how much sex we can show. Although I feel you cannot write a love story without knowing what is it like in the bedroom. It's not about the sex. It's about how they talk afterwards, how they talk before. Do they joke?
Yeah.
Are they comfortable with each other? Does she tell her vulnerabilities to him? To me, that builds the story really well.
And a relationship.
Yeah, otherwise if you just show, okay, they go on dates, I mean, that's not really where love happens. Love also happens in the bedroom.
Yeah. So when you wrote this book, or compare it to others, you constantly also, when I was speaking about relatability, look at how society is changing. I'm sure looking at the mindsets in society, do you see a lot that's changed in how India is, in how not just the younger generation,
In the
but even
metros
the
it has.
millennials are?
In the metros things have changed. In certain pockets things have. In some pockets things have not changed. I mean, I don't know. When the book is announced, there's a lot of people saying why this story and why the girl is so young and why the guy is so old. I'm like, Instagram is full of all these posts.
But there are so many movies already that talk about it. It's not something nobody's heard of. So do you think that's
They are
outrage?
real life couples.
Yeah, yeah,
They are real life celebrity couples.
yeah.
When they post pictures, people write, oh, how cute, couple goals, all that. So, I mean, we accept
But on
it.
this,
Somehow they feel like I'm glorifying this. I'm glorifying that older men should be with younger women or something, but I'm not. I'm like you said, it exists.
Yeah.
It's an aspect which exists. It's fairly common. It's not the norm, but that's why it's messed up. I'm calling it messed up because it is messed up.
But, and the reason I ask you about societal changes is, do you think that something like this about 10 years ago would have been accepted versus now? Yes, there's outrage, but I think that there's a lot of acceptability.
You're right. That's a good
also.
point. I definitely when I wrote like a 5.1 or 2 states, I couldn't have written this.
Yeah.
People are far more tolerant today.
And that's what, westernization, social media?
I think some Western influences, some modern values have come. People are more tolerant. Like premarital sex is no big deal. I remember my first few books when I'd show, people say, but they are engaging in premarital sex. Like it was a thing.
Yeah.
Or like, so you mean to say this girl is not a virgin? Like, if you remember Dil Se movie.
Yeah.
Remember that classic Preeti Zinta dialogue?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you a
yeah.
virgin? It used to be a thing then.
Correct. And an accepted
When was the
norm
last time
almost.
you heard the word virgin?
Yeah.
In recent times? No, like what the hell does it even mean? I only hear extra virgin olive oil. But I mean, there is no thing. And so it's, society changes, values change.
Yeah.
And we finally accept that it's no big deal. If people are consensual and they have relationships, they're going to get intimate. I mean, that's just the way things happen.
When you write a book, seeing that so many of your love stories particularly have translated into successful films as well, Two States, Half Girlfriend, do you write now keeping in mind that hey, this could turn eventually into a great film?
No, and I deliberately don't,
Because
like,
this could make for a great film.
if it becomes, it's awesome. But like my last book was called 11 Rules for Life. It was a motivational book.
Yeah.
If there's zero chance of it getting converted to a movie, but then should I not have written it? I wanted to write it. I have realized that I've had a lot of Bollywood adaptations, and there's a lot of work involved in getting it done. And it takes 2-3 years of my life. But what I enjoy most is taking on new topics, new characters, blank piece of paper, creating something new. Genesis. That is what my unique gift is. Getting things adapted, I'll send the book out. If someone wants to make it and they're a good team, I'll let them make it.
Yeah.
But I will not break my head over it. I'm not going to have tea at the producer's house every day till 6 months so that one day he agrees. Because it's not me.
You're a writer first.
Now I realize it. I didn't earlier. I just wanted to be big and my brand and everybody should know me. But I've had a lot of introspection last few years. I'm totally changed as a person. I did Vipassana this year. And I said, who am I? And I left my banking job to be a writer.
Yeah.
Not to be producer or not to be most famous man in the world. So as long as I get to do really nice stories that are still relevant in 2025, that's what I want to do. If it becomes a movie, great. If it doesn't, I don't care. I mean, my creative satisfaction is done by just creating this.
What triggered that mindset change though? Was it a moment? Was it,
realizing that I'm older and life is finite. I don't have that much time left. I mean, we have maybe...
Just do what you love, that kind of...
Yeah, I don't have time to waste hanging around Bollywood circles, attending parties, hoping somebody will sign me.
It's tiresome, I'm sure.
If that was my passion, yes, I could have done it. But it's not. The only reason I would do it is because people said, picture kab ban rahi hai? And I want to make people happy. And I want to tell people, yeah, picture bhi ban rahi hai. But dude, read the book. You don't want to read the book, move on. It's okay. I wrote the book. I wrote the book because it gave me joy. And enough people read it. So enough, job is done. Aapko nahi, to theek hai. But so in that way, I realized that I'm chasing the wrong things. I don't need more money. I don't need more fame. It doesn't make me happy.
You've reached that. You've seen all that. So
seen it, and it was not as great as I made.
As amazing as
and
you
thought? I've seen very famous people depressed,
Why
snorting
is that?
drugs.
I mean, for Gen Z, we kind of decoded that.
Because it's not the answer. The answer doesn't come in these external things of who has the most money, who has the most fame. The answer comes from within you. What is your purpose in this world? And you have to be absolutely honest with yourself. I mean, it's not just Bollywood. I mean, my college, my friends have legit, some of them are legit billionaires. They've opened these startups, everyday names you hear of. A lot of them are from IIT Delhi, my college. And I used to feel inadequate. यार हमने क्या करा? मतलब novels लिखते हैं. वो कितनी बड़ी-बड़ी कंपनियां चला रहे हैं. But this is what I'm meant to do. This is what God sent me here for. In 2025, in the age of AI, video content, there's a man who is still writing stories in books and making a living and doing pretty okay. I think that's a good contribution to society. We need some people like that.
No, and I think there's an audience for it also.
Not everybody should be a fundraiser, Series B, 2 billion valuation. And also, those people are not happy. I've seen billionaires on antidepressants. And I feel like...
Because the idea is always money can buy you everything.
Yeah, it can't.
It can't.
It can't. I feel like slapping them. You have so much money, how can you be sad?
Yeah.
God is wasting money on you, na? Tu to khush
Send it the other way.
Hame de do yaar. But because they are chasing the wrong things. It was not what he was in for. Now he's in that trap. Abhi ek hi billion hai, 2 hona chahiye. Oh, us wale ka 5 ho gaya. Mera kyun nahi hua 5 valuation? It's like men especially do this. Men have this tendency ki mine is bigger than yours. And
comparing constantly.
it's like
competitive.
बच्चे वो sand pile. My sand pile is the biggest. Like in the end, जब हम मर रहे होंगे, the sand pile will be measured, and who has the biggest sand pile, which is like the biggest money, wins. Are you stupid? That's not how it works.
Yeah.
This is the journey. It just ends. So you have to use your time doing things you love doing.
No, and I feel writers don't ever become irrelevant. I mean, if you keep your content fresh, you keep it relevant, you keep,
Yeah, even if it does.
Shifting
even
it
if this fame,
generationally.
Akshita, even if this fame totally goes away. Today I'm prepared. I wasn't 5 years back. Everything was this. Everything was my career. Book doesn't do well, I'll feel depressed. I have a life. I moved out, I live, I have my friends. I'll always be relevant to my friends.
But I asked
I'll
that
always
again
be
then.
relevant to my kids.
But I asked that again then. What changed for you personally that you felt that, look,
I think we should grow internally as well as externally. Most people spend most of the time growing their career. But with age, you should also you have to work through your traumas. You have to work through maybe my father didn't love me enough and I wanted to show him that I'm good enough for the world. And I'm running and running, but it's like I'm running, like if you have a few rats and the rat with the tail on fire will run the fastest.
yeah,
But at the end of the day, you're just a rat with the tail on fire. And then one day you realize, dude, this is why I'm running. Not because I want to. I'm not even running the right race. So I think that I'm really fortunate that I had that awakening. And I want to bring that along with my career. So this could go away. Fame goes away. And I've seen depressed actors. I don't know if in Bollywood, I've seen actors who used to be big hits. Then they're not hits.
they disappear.
And then they go to a restaurant and people don't recognize them and now they don't enjoy the meal. Because they are sad, nobody came for picture. How stupid and dumb is that?
Yeah.
You're laying your happiness in the arms of this fickle thing called fame. So I think I'm fortunate, I'm out of it. And yeah, age teaches you. You'll also grow, mature. Then you're too
Not
young
being
right now.
money-minded.
And not just money, not just realizing, having a deeper connection with yourself.
Yeah.
To know what is it that you want to do. Not what the world or society expects you to do.
And for you, you found your place. You say very clearly that writing is what I love to do and that's what I'll continue to do. When I read this book, it reminded me of, all the other Chetan Bhagat novels that I read. But I also wanted to understand from you because like I said, I've grown up on so many of your books. We've all changed. I still enjoy your books, which is the great thing. How have you think, evolved as a writer in the last, let's say, 12 years?
I think my flow is much better. The other books people still remember and they were nice, but the flow of writing, when you read the book, this one reads effortless.
Seamlessly
it's just
keeps moving.
like butter. It's very smooth.
Does it take you also a lesser amount of time to kind of work on these books?
A little bit less, but not too much less.
Which is?
Like a year still.
Wow.
But this time I moved to Dubai to write this book. I was alone. I live alone because there's a book called Deep Work I read. Fantastic book, which talks about how the most satisfying thing in life comes when you're working on something very deep, like a deep project. So for that you need to be alone and isolated. And I took that step and I think the writing has a flow and I have a grip on the story and narrative which I didn't have as well. So I think the writing has improved and I'm able to handle more difficult topics like age gap.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no way 20 years back I could have handled this story. I would have messed it up. But here I can sensitively handle it and like a divorced guy as your hero, it's a risk.
It's unconventional.
It's unconventional. People in India have a lot of stigma with divorce and now your hero is only divorced. So,
But, I'd have figured that the process is a little different. That it wasn't you sitting alone, but rather mingling with as many people to kind of understand mindsets.
Initially,
to
yes.
Understand.
Not during the writing, but yes, for research. Like I hang out with a lot of stand-up comics.
Okay.
Because he's stand-up comic.
Yeah. So
I
to
had
understand their
learn,
lifestyle.
They basically write.
Yeah.
They have to write a lot of material.
Yeah.
And they have to perform. They're always nervous. They're always seeing, abhi itna audience hasi, nahi hasi.
Yeah.
Which a lot of
I
it
saw
is there
that,
in the book. Yeah.
But that's interesting. So you've taken a year to write this book. It's amazing. I'll tell our viewers direct that I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
To me, it's classic Chetan Bhagat, which I enjoyed. But for everyone now who will be grabbing this book, reading it, what do you want people to take away?
I want them to believe in love.
Whatever it looks like.
And I want them to believe that you deserve better than a situationship.
You want that word to go away?
I think at least in the world of fiction, love should work out. Payal should love Saket.
I think in real life too.
And that gives us hope.
Yeah.
That you can find someone who will love you for time and you mean something to them and I mean, I don't want to reveal the story, but like
of course,
they realize what they mean to each other and it's a happy ending, I can tell you now. And I want people to start believing in that it will happen for them.
Yeah. So you want it to move from books into real life as well.
Yeah,
to have
I
these
think
love
I'm
stories.
true romantic at heart, and I want people to believe in love and romance and happiness. And I think this is too much dark content. There's also many thrillers and gangsters and mob land.
I love all that.
We all
I
love,
love
but
both. I think
it's somewhere
both.
down the line it forces us to be in the land of violence. But there should be funny books and funny
agree.
movies and love.
Totally,
and
yeah.
What
You
happened
need
to,
that
what
in
happened
your
to
life.
rom-coms? I mean, we don't need them anymore. Of course, society needs rom-coms.
Yeah. No, so many of them still do well. Like the Summer
Yeah.
I Turned Pretty, I remember such a craze
Yeah,
right now.
but Indian content is not there.
I agree. Yeah.
Like-
It's become full thrillers and violence.
Yeah, and like, village badlands and
Yeah.
shootings. It's we need some more.
I hope it comes through, because I hope people also take that lesson, take that as one of the biggest takeaways, that you can learn to love irrespective.
Yeah.
That differences shouldn't matter. Opposites attract, like I said. Thank you very much,
Thank you so
Chetan,
much.
for joining us here in the studios. All the very best for your book. I enjoyed
Thank you.
reading it.
Thank you. I enjoyed
so
talking
much.
to you.
Thank you.